Hello and welcome to For Heaven's Sake, a Seventh Heaven podcast. We are your co-hosts, Lady J.
And T.
How are you, T?
Cold. How are you?
Ooh, that's cold. I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah. No complaints.
No complaints.
Which is rare for me, I think. No.
So shall we move ahead?
Yeah, I think we should just keep moving ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Just keep moving. Just keep moving. Moving
Ahead.
Uh-huh.
This is episode 1016 titled, you guessed it, Moving Ahead.
I want to continue this in a Dory. Moving ahead.
I need to understand what this title means.
Moving ahead?
What does this mean in the context of this episode?
I don't know. Does it imply, is it Lucy's situation, do you think? Moving forward?
But see, that's different than moving ahead.
Moving ahead with things? I don't know.
I guess so. Maybe.
Does that apply to Simon too?
Maybe. I don't know. Let's get into it.
Wait, who else had a fucking story?
Well, Annie and Ruthie.
Oh, that was kind of cute.
Yeah.
Kind of weird, but kind of cute.
So the Amazon Prime spoiler for this episode is Lucy suspects she may be pregnant, which
does she?
She doesn't. I know. I mean,
I'm like, does she? Kevin does.
But she clearly does enough where she goes to the doctor. You know what I mean? So maybe that's what that's referring to. I don't know.
Okay.
The DVD description is Lucy dreams of her dead grandmother who offers cryptic advice. While Rose and Simon argue about old relationships, Annie bonds with Ruthie at home.
Okay.
It's funny to me. It's always been really funny to me how the DVD descriptions use commas instead of periods. The Rose and Simon thing have nothing to do with the Annie and Ruthie thing.
Yeah.
But just to save themselves having to write a third sentence, they say while so and so da da da, and it's these are not related at all. Just write them as two different sentences because they're two different storylines. Come on, people.
Get with the times.
I mean, geez. The times being 2007 or 6 rather. So this episode aired on February 27th, 2006.
Okay.
Which I really...
Wait, 2006?
Yes, that tracks.
I know.
Because it's the back half of season 10.
I know, but I don't... The fact that it's that late...
In the game, I know. Right. And so the reason I bring that up to begin with is because this episode very much dates itself in the time, specifically when it comes to all the cell phone and laptop conversation. Yeah. Because when I think back on my life in 2006, right?
Yeah.
Here I am, it's my first year or even my second year. No, it would have been my first year of college.
College, yeah.
Especially in February of 06, I would have still been a freshman.
Yeah.
And I definitely had a cell phone.
Yeah.
And in fact, if I think about it, I'm probably already even had a smartphone at that time. It was a premature version of a smart.
Yeah.
It wasn't an iPhone or anything like that. It was
definitely not.
It was, what
me.
it was? I'll tell you. It was a Samsung smartphone where the top half was a screen.
Okay.
And then the bottom half was a full keyboard.
Nice.
And the operating system on it was Windows. So it had a start button, and then you would open the start menu and you'd get all your apps and stuff.
Awesome.
It wasn't even apps. It was things like Word and Excel and shit. It was full on Windows.
Yeah.
On a tiny little 2x1 screen. It was so crazy to think about that's what a smartphone was.
Yeah.
Just 12 years ago or whatever, where how far we've come.
I know.
Or 13 years ago, but yeah.
I can't remember. Mine was not a flip phone, but basically a full screen and a keyboard. So it would flip open like a book.
Oh, see, mine wasn't a flip. Mine was just a flat, like a brick.
Oh, okay. And I think it was a Samsung, and I had that, and then I switched over to Blackberries. Fuck, I miss the Blackberries.
I never had a Blackberry. I really feel like I missed out.
It
but
was
I feel
so
my
fun.
Samsung was pretty close to that.
I'm
you know
sure.
What I mean?
Yeah,
in the look and feel of it anyway, like it was probably comparable. But
the worst was though when everybody has an iPhone and everyone's trying to text you shit. You're like, I can't get it.
But I feel like, okay, when did iPhones start coming out? Like, I don't think iPhones even existed in 2006.
Well, no, they were really? Around, I think. Fuck.
In my
or was
head,
it 2008?
they've always been like 07-ish is when
Maybe.
is the birth of the iPhone. I could be wrong. I really don't know because I was a late adopter to the iPhone, and then I only ever had one in my life.
Did you always have a laptop?
No, so that was one thing. So I remember laptops just being so expensive.
Yes.
Like prohibitively so.
Yeah.
To where like middle class people didn't really always have one, I think. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess maybe that's not true because I guess Dells were a thing that
Dells were okay. I had a Dell.
See, I never had a Dell.
But I never had a Dell in the beginning of like my college years.
Yeah.
I think I was
That's
like
right.
2 years in or almost 3 years in. That's when I got my own laptop.
Because I definitely remember in college days, like I didn't have laptops. In fact, the cool thing that my school would do, UCLA, go Bruins, a clap all the way. Is at the library, they had these like loaner laptops. You could like check out essentially for like a day or whatever.
Damn.
Or however many hours. I think it was based on the popularity of them. So you would go and they'd be like, okay, we can give you one for 4 hours. Or if they had enough in stock, you could take it for a day. Kind of, like a library book that you can either renew or not based on if there's a hold on it or something,
That's awesome.
It was really cool. So like you'd see people in class and stuff like taking their notes on a school loaner because then you could like email yourself the notes or whatever.
That's amazing. I love that.
Very cool. Or like print them out or whatever. And then the really other cool thing is I think most schools do this. I don't actually know. I only have my one experience, but we got like when you enrolled, you got a school email address. So like everyone had email just for being a student there. Like even if you didn't have like your own Gmail or whatever, like at least you had your school email account, which was really cool if you think about it. Like just to have that. And then when you graduated, like you could roll it forward. So like you could have it where, because eventually they'll decommission your email address for the bandwidth and all that shit. But but you could have it where, and if you got any emails to that email address, at least for a couple of years, it would forward to your personal so that you wouldn't like, in that transition period, like you wouldn't lose any like important things or whatever. Like it was really cool.
That is awesome.
So like 06, man,
06.
like it's funny because you think about it and it feels so long ago.
I know.
But technologically speaking, I mean, we've come a long way, but at the same time, like what we think of the techscape of like today, like kind of was probably birthed around that time, like cell phones, laptops, like everyone's got one of those now, but
T9.
like, oh god,
T9 texting.
I can't with T9. Never again.
I'm sure some people are like, "Oh, that was so easy." I'm like,
Well, I will say this: it did make texting while driving really easy, because you could totally feel your way around the keys without looking at them.
Dude, man, that was like. When I think about it, I was so good at that shit.
We were pros. We were fucking pros at knowing exactly how many clicks it would take to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop. Like
that was the beginning of autocorrect, wasn't it?
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's so crazy to think of like, I mean, I can't even function without a touchscreen right now. Like I don't even know. It's really funny. Like even little things like my computer, my personal computer is a touchscreen tablet. Like there's so many things I just take for granted that are not standard, like on a normal laptop or whatever, like just pressing the field and then typing or, like without having to like navigate to the field and shit. Like, it's like so funny.
But at work, do you have that? Like it's not touchscreen, right?
No. My work laptop is like a lame-o,
there you go.
HP, whatever.
Something that keeps you humble.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And that's the other thing is scrolling. I hate using my trackpad. I hate it.
Yeah.
I'd rather scroll with my finger on the screen.
I know.
Or use a mouse, but I hate using the goddamn trackpad. Like, I don't have the... Like, what's that? Like, the fine motor skills? Like, I lack the fine motor skills to expertly use a trackpad on my laptop. This is like my forever problem. Yeah. So that's enough about us.
Yeah, that's enough about us.
So yeah, so basically the episode opens with Lucy abed and the ghost of Grandma Jenny appearing.
Which I didn't think we were gonna see Grandma Jenny.
Well, I knew because I read the description. I read the DVD description, so I was like, oh, well, dead grandma, it's grandma. Like, she doesn't have any other dead grandmas.
I know it's Grandma Jenny, but I didn't think I was going to see the actress.
Oh.
I really didn't think, only because, Grandpa Pete Charles ain't around.
That's true.
So I didn't pay attention to how old she really was.
I actually think Alice Herson is alive today. Like today, as we record this, I think she's still alive.
I apologize.
No, I'm not like saying that as like a shame on you thing. I'm just saying like if I think about it, I actually don't think she's passed away as of this recording.
Wow.
Watch we like will it to life.
Oh my please
God. No. Like by the time this releases, she's gone. Like,
jeez.
Which isn't far from today anyway.
I know.
Sorry, this is like way too behind the curtain.
But I didn't think that I was going to see her. I thought it might have been another actor.
Oh. See, that would be silly. Why would they do that? It would be.
I know.
I could see where...
I don't know. It's Seventh Heaven. Anything goes.
That's true. That's very true. But I maybe they could have just used her voice for something. But I just think, like, from a meta perspective, right? Like, they wouldn't have written her in if they couldn't get her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
Because anything could have happened. Or, like... Rather, as far as a device to get Lucy to like trip out for a day, like anything could have done that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they could have used any device to make that happen. Mm-hmm. It didn't have to be Grandma Jenny appearing to her in a dream. You know?
True.
So she comes and she's like knitting some shit.
Yeah.
And she's all talking about how it's going to be a sweater for her baby or whatever. Mm-hmm. And Lucy's like, well, we just started trying, so I don't know. Like, it's like your dead grandma doesn't need to know about your sexual habits, Lucy. Like, get it together. But then she does that thing, like, so like the 2-minute silent scene in this episode is basically just Lucy, like, doing all kinds of insane shit to try to get Kevin to wake up so that she can talk to him about it.
Moving around.
She like throws the dog on his face. Yeah. Like she pulls his pillow out from under him. She's like shaking the blankets and shit. And it's like, you are so annoying. Like there's no way he's not already awake. And he's clearly not trying to engage with you right now. So just go to sleep, you crazy person, and talk in the morning. Like,
I mean, would you go to sleep when your grandma came to visit you?
Well, okay, probably not, because of the very specific thing that Grandma Jenny tells her, which is like, you're gonna have many children, and you know, and then she ends it with like, oh, I shouldn't even be talking about this stuff. This is gonna be a challenging enough day for you, kind of thing. And then she like disappears. So then Lucy's left like, obviously like tripping out about what does this premonition mean, and that's essentially what it is, right? Is like the Grandma Jenny of it all is just Lucy's like intuition and her own like, you know, like connection to the universe, which is telling her things, you know what I mean? Like especially that scene in the doctor waiting room where she's like, Grandma Jenny's like, this kid's gonna be cool, this one's gonna go to jail, this, you know, like all that shit is just like Lucy like being plugged into the universe of like, you know, that connection to humanity or whatever.
Look at her knit.
Yeah, that's funny. The way she stabs the yarn, like, what do you like? It's so weird. Some of the shit that Grandma Jenny says. She's like, cookie,
trying to make a sweater for Grandpa. I don't think it's gonna work.
Which, okay, can we talk about that for a second? I was just gonna blow past it, but since it's been brought up, what exactly happens to Ginger when she goes to the afterlife?
Maybe she meets up with her first husband.
Okay, is that what's going to happen?
No, I don't know.
Did her first husband even die?
That's the question.
I don't remember the circumstances.
I don't know.
Because
do you have to make a deal about that?
See, okay, because it's like, I'd love to believe that Grandma Jenny and Grandpa Pete Charles are reunited in heaven. Yeah. That's really sweet. But I mean, Ginger, though, you know, like,
they could just be a throuple.
Was real too, you know.
They could just be a throuple up there,
or a quadruple, or whatever with Ginger's ex, or first rather. I guess so. I mean, yeah, I guess it didn't occur to me that Ginger would also then have her ex-husband.
They didn't. I think Ginger's husband did pass away because her kids were also against the wedding.
That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would have been a very different story if she was just like a divorcee or something. Yeah.
Listen to us trying to recall season 2 or 3.
Was it that long ago, man?
Yeah.
Wow.
It had to be.
I mean, I believe you.
Right?
Damn.
Yeah. This is us.
Because Grandma Jenny died pre the twins.
We knew Grandma Jenny was sick from the first episode.
No, I know. But then she didn't die right away.
Didn't she pass away within the first season?
Yeah, I guess that's true. Damn. God, see, okay. On the one hand, this podcast seems like it's been going on forever. But on the other hand, it's like, where did the time go?
Guys, it's been 2 years. Come on, it's been a while, right?
It's been 2.5, dude.
Okay, yeah. So it's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. But if you guys can recall season 2, because our listeners are Seventh Heaven fans, and we are just now getting into this.
Yeah.
Well, not now, but you know what I mean.
As of 2.5 years ago.
Yeah. But like, we can't remember it because we're binge watching it. Like,
that's true. It's all just in one ear out the other.
Yeah. I hate binging for that reason. But anyways, true. All right, it's not about that.
I mean, in a way we are, but in the other way we're not binging it either. Like, I mean, I have only ever watched 2 episodes a week.
Okay, but when did we take a break?
Oh, well, we've taken a couple of hiatuses in our 2.5 years, especially around the holidays.
It's never been a month.
That's true. That's true.
So,
anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe our longest break is when I went to Italy.
Yeah, I think so.
A couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
A couple of years ago.
Like, no one cares.
They should go to your, Instagram and see those Italy photos.
I don't have a ton, but yes, they're there.
They were stunning.
Aw. I feel like my photo game was way stronger when I did my UK trip. Ooh. Like, I was more inspired to take photos on that trip than I was in Italy.
You were totally psyched for that one.
I know. It was like the trip of a lifetime.
You were looking forward to that for like years.
For my entire life.
Yeah.
Since I was 9.
There you go.
Anyway. So she wakes up, and Lucy, that is, and she's like, Kevin, get the fuck up. And he's like, no. So then, no. Okay, but he's also kind of a dickwad about it. Like, when she's like, you have to be awake by now. He's like, no, I'm not. And then and then he finally is like, okay, what? And she tells him, he's like, well, I don't really want to talk right now. So talk to yourself. And it's like, God damn it, Kevin. Like, these people annoy me. Like, their relationship, the inner workings of their relationship are so bizarre to me. They don't feel like real people. Like, they don't seem to function like a real couple would function.
I think, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like with Annie and Eric, because we know that they were a couple when they started, the conversations are better. The dynamic is better. The dialogue is better between the two, right? With Lucy and Kevin, what I feel like they do is they put an argument in there to suit the fancy of what they want to project in the show.
Okay, you just said that so eloquently. I totally get what you mean.
But I just feel like that's what they do.
No,
like,
you're right.
It's not about the relationship. It's about what I'm trying to say, and I'm going to push it through these people.
You're right. And you're absolutely right about that.
It's not about, like, let me show you the intimacy between these two. That's right.
Yeah,
Eric and Annie got that.
Yeah, they're never going to have what we affectionately call the sausage being made moment between Kevin and Lucy. Like, that's just never going to be.
Exactly.
I mean, there might have been a couple moments like that,
maybe, but
throughout their time together or whatever. But yeah, you're right that with Eric and Annie, when they're just in their little coupledom, like, they get to just be a couple. Whereas with Kevin and Lucy, it's always like trying to like make a point or like illustrate a larger plot point or whatever. Like,
so it's kind of like I need to give up on them as a couple. Like,
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're totally right. I get it. I mean, I get what you're saying. I don't get why Brenda Hampton did that, but there you go. So anyway, so then when she wakes up in the morning, she's like, oh, I've got some things to do or whatever. I'm not going to go to that meeting I'm supposed to go to.
Oh, yeah.
And when I get home, I want to make steak and salad and baked potatoes. And she's
How good did that meal sound?
Amazing. Mind you, that is like my favorite meal of all. Like a good like steak and potatoes with vegetables meal is like the winner. Like that's like that would be my last meal if I was ever on death row. Like, so anyway, so then when she's saying all that stuff, Kevin's like, oh, like, so are you hearing yourself?
Yeah.
Like,
wow.
Wow, what?
Am I the only one who realizes that we're pregnant?
Get out of here. No way. I mean, we've barely been trying.
Hey, I don't know about you, but I've been giving it my very best shot. And you always had to have steak when you were pregnant with Savannah. We're having a baby.
Listen to me. If every woman who wanted a steak was pregnant, they'd sell maternity wear at Sizzlers. And I will tell you when we're having a baby, because you know what? I will be the first to know.
okay, I gotta say, I love that Sizzler line.
Yeah.
I think it totally lands. It's very funny. It's a good one.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I gotta give it up to Brenda on that one. I also think it's funny that Lucy is like so sure she's not pregnant.
Yeah.
Like where, I mean, it's a simple numbers game, right? Like,
Yeah.
like if she's able to go to the doctor that day and find out she is pregnant, she should have been able to do the math and know she was already. You know what I mean?
Yeah. True.
Because even a blood test won't be necessarily positive if it's not late enough in the game, right? Or am I wrong about that? I'm not. I'll profess I'm not an expert of pregnancy.
You know, with that stuff, I have no idea.
Because I know like the stick pregnancy test. You have to be a certain number of days along or whatever.
Exactly.
But I always thought that was also true of blood tests. Maybe give or take a couple of days, but I don't know that it could be like weeks earlier to where she wouldn't know.
Okay, now I gotta Google.
Right? Anyway, whatever. Don't fact check us. So she's like, no, you're stupid, right? And then cut to, she's at the doctor's office.
Yeah.
And she's like, I need to be seen today. And then sure enough, Jenny visits her again and is telling her like all about, well, Lucy's whole thing is like she's tripping about this challenging day she's supposed to be having for Jenny's first
She's
arrival.
thinking worst case scenario with her entire family.
Well, right. And she's like checking up on everybody, making sure that they're all okay. And then going to the doctor's office, and then spoiler alert, she finds out she's pregnant.
Yep.
But in the meantime, the world is moving forward. So there's this women's meeting thing that's supposed to be happening today.
Okay. Women's meeting.
I don't know. Well, this is what I want to talk about. Eric is such a like gross, sexist, like misogynist asshole in this moment where Lucy says that she's not going to go to this thing. So he tries to like pawn it off on Annie. And the reason he gives is just like, God, like you're so gross, man.
The community leader is supposed to be Lucy, not me. Teen girls are really more her area.
What did you do before Lucy?
Well, I just went by myself and did the best I could.
Well, do the best you can again.
Yeah, but you're a mom, and you have a teenage daughter. I mean, this meeting is practically calling your name.
But I'm not a community leader.
Hey, don't put yourself down like that. There are people in this community who would follow you anywhere. And it's really a woman's meeting, please.
Ugh. Hey, don't put yourself down like that. Bitch, I don't need you to tell me not to put myself down like that. I'm not putting myself down like that. Like, who are you? He's so... It's cringy.
It's annoying because he doesn't want to be there and he's pawning it off to her, but it's the process of how he's doing it. You're like, oh, come on.
Mind you, all he would have to say to his wife is like,
I don't feel like going.
I don't really want to go. Do you mind taking care of this for me?
Yeah.
Like, really? Are you trying to manipulate your wife right now? Like, Jesus fucking Christ, Eric. Like
you're trying to convince me, but the shit you're saying isn't right.
He's such an asshole. But I love it. So when Lucy comes, because she wants to like check up on everybody, but then sees that Annie and Ruthie are home, like she's like, and then she goes like, oh, like, are you going to go to this meeting thing? And Annie's like, well, yeah, like you're not going. Your dad doesn't want to go. And Lucy's like, okay, no one has to go. It's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, on the one hand, I don't love this blasé attitude towards like community outreach events and things, because she basically says it like, well, my program's free and I have no money to give, so really I'm just not going to go because like what, like who cares, like I'm not impacted. But it's like, it's not really about that though, right? It's about the community. It's about women getting together and trying to solution community problems. And if you can be helpful in any way towards that, like, you should be there, you know what I mean? Or somebody should, if not you.
She says just as much, like, it's a bunch of women complaining and then they don't have enough money to figure out the problem. It's like,
okay, well, so then, are you going to be part of the problem?
Yeah. And also, okay, how many meetings have they been having that no one has the money to give and they're all complaining? It's like, why isn't there any solution? Well, it's like, whatever. I mean, I don't need to know all that, obviously.
No, but you're hitting on the thing, which is like, you know, part of the problem is people like you who are just like, well, I have no money to give and my program's free, so I'm good, you know? And it's like, yeah, if we all thought like that, nothing would get done, i.e. this meeting, clearly.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, if you put your best foot forward, if you were involved in the community as you claim you want to be as a minister and shit, like, then go do it. That being said, I don't think there's really any harm in missing one meeting.
Yeah.
And I don't know that this attitude of hers in this instance is indicative of how she feels about this meeting in general necessarily. True. But it's like, imagine if we all thought like that all the time. Of course nothing's going to get done.
Hell
you know? Like, we are the problem, you know? So of course she says all that, and then we cut to this meeting, and the chairperson woman is like trying to like talk to everybody. No one's paying attention. Everyone's like in their own tables, like meeting, or like everyone's like just in their own plate of food or whatever. And she's trying to get somebody to volunteer to head up the building committee to get this home for teenage mothers like off the ground or whatever. Yeah. And I'm sorry, it's actually Home for Homeless Teenage Mothers. It's like the very mouthfully kind of name. But anyway, so she's like, any takers? Like, nobody's giving a shit, like, whatsoever. And then Mrs. McCafferty, like, chimes the fuck up, and she's like, I don't understand you women.
What is wrong with you women? Doesn't anyone here have the cojones to step up to the plate? It's always the same. We expect these girls who get pregnant to have the baby, and that's the end of it. No support. They're on their own. Where's Reverend Kingkirk? She's the one we need for this project. She's young, she's energetic, and she's dedicated. And she's been involved with girls who've been in these situations. Where's Reverend Kingkirk?
I don't know. She's usually here.
Well, it's time to fish or cut bait, girls. I want to see this happen before I croak. So here's the deal. If you can get Reverend Kingkirk to get this project up and running by the end of summer, then I will personally finance it.
All of it?
All $500,000 of it. Cash.
That's the best part. Cash.
Dude, Ethel Ayler can play. Like, I love her. I want her to be in every episode of every show ever.
If only.
What is wrong with you women? I love her. She brought such like energy to this like 2-minute role of hers. Like, it was really fun. And then of course that the other woman's like, okay, all in favor, cool. And then she like runs out the door like, we gotta find Lucy. Like,
goes running straight to the church.
Well, yeah, because no one can get a hold of Lucy because she left her phone charging at home.
Pregnant mind. What can we say?
I know, right? And now she's at the doctor's doctor's office all day trying to get in with this last minute appointment of hers. So the whole town is like looking for Lucy because of this amazing project. Yeah, they need her to lead in order to get the funding to actually make change happen. Yeah, and Lucy's like MIA. Completely.
And telling everybody, if this is the challenge, I don't know if I can handle this challenge.
I know. Every stupid thing that comes her way is like, she thinks that's the challenges that Jenny was talking about. Like having to wait in a waiting room. And like, she's doing like, it's almost like she's trying to do a stand-up bit in a waiting room full of people that don't give a fuck. Like she's talking out loud to herself, but also to people about how long this wait is. Yeah. Like, just like, shut up, Lucy. Shut up.
I think my favorite though was, how long have you been waiting? 8.5 months.
That was really good.
I liked it.
That was a really good, like, shut the fuck up, bitch moment. So Lucy's tripping. everyone's looking for her. This woman goes to Eric and is like, we need to find her before this woman pulls the funding. Like, we need to get Lucy to agree. Eric starts like calling everybody to like find Lucy. And she calls Annie, trying to be like, have you seen her or whatever? And I don't want to get too deep down the Annie and Ruthie rabbit hole just yet, but I love this moment where Annie's like, just like so chill about it. Like, Eric's like, okay, have you talked to her? Can you try to find her? And Annie's like, oh, she'll turn up. I mean, she'll come home eventually. She's like she's like chillaxed about it. It's so fun.
Okay, dear, I know that.
I know. Eric's like at the end of his rope because he can't fucking find his daughter. And Annie's just like, it's fine.
But it's true, though. She'll show up eventually. I have to wait.
It's not like she ran away. Like, calm down, you know? It's really funny. So finally, Lucy does get home after a long day, and she is sitting down, and poor Kevin has like cooked all the food that she asked for and everything. He's like, I didn't get the steaks on because I wasn't sure when you can come home, but it'll take 5 minutes. Like, you good, whatever. And she's just like distracted city, and she sits down, and he's like, oh yeah, the whole town's been trying to get a hold of you because of some building project or whatever. And Kevin's like, apparently some woman wants to front $500,000 to get this project going. And she starts bawling. And he's like, and then he even says something really like special, which is rare between these two. He's like, dude, like, look at you. Like, you thought it was going to take you so long into your career to like make an impact and like have your stamp on this community, you know, and here you are, you're gonna do it like before you hit 30, you know, like that's really impressive. Like, good for you, you know. He seems like really supportive and like sweet about the whole thing. And then she starts bawling, and she's like, I can't do it though. he's like, why not? Like, it'll be fine, you know, like the community's backing you. Like, they want this to happen, and it's totally in your wheelhouse, you know, like helping young mothers, like whatever. And she's like, I can't do it because I'm stupid pregnant. like she seems genuinely like
heartbroken.
I don't know if heartbroken's the right word. I think she just really wasn't expecting. Like, I think she really just didn't think it was going to happen. Like, and I think she went to the doctor to put it out of her head, like in a final, like, sure, 100% sure way, you know? And then she totally didn't get the response she was hoping and / wanting. And so now it's like, it's all like coming at her real fast, you know, like, this is the challenges that my grandma was talking about, like, whatever, like, I have this amazing opportunity. I'm also going to be 9 months pregnant by the time I'm dealing with it, whatever. But in true Lucy fashion, she like pulls it together almost immediately, and all she needs is a moment to be like, breathe. Okay. And she's got like 15 ideas already. She's like, okay, so here's how it's going to go. The baby's going to be due in October, which by that time I'll have a building down. I'll know my people. Cool. I think we should move Savannah into her own room because the crib's going to be too small for her eventually. Like, she's already got it all figured out. And like, she just needed to like breathe for a second. And that's what Grandma Jenny tells her anyway, is like, you have the heart of a lion, but your heart beats like a hummingbird. Like take it slow. Don't let yourself get overwhelmed.
Take things as they come.
That's right. Like, and not only take things as they come, but like know that you can handle it, you know, and like, it's not all going to fall apart. Like, you have worlds of strength inside of you. And I don't know. I really kind of liked the button for Lucy in this episode. Like, they really pulled it together for me in the end, just seeing her be like, okay, here's how it's gonna be. Boom, 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 boom. And like, she lets it phase her for like a second. But then like her personality kicks in of like, I got it. You know?
Basically.
She's kind of awesome. I gotta say.
She is.
I was having this feeling today thinking about this episode and knowing that we were gonna talk about it. Like, I feel like the character of Lucy Camden, or I don't know, like I think for Beverly Mitchell, like as a person, I feel like life imitates art a little bit. Like, I think who Beverly Mitchell seems to be on Instagram anyway, is very much like inspired by Lucy. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that Beverly is like living her life like Lucy Camden, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying like, it seems like the woman that Beverly Mitchell has become in real life is like Lucy Camden's future. You know what I mean? Like,
I hear you. I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
Like, you know, like she'll probably have like 15 kids if we're being honest. You know, apparently she's fucking fertile myrtle over here. You know, but she's on top of it. You know, she's doing 15 million things at once.
Yeah,
she's handling her business. She's handling the town. She's handling her kids. You know, like she's doing it all. You know, like she's got it, man. You know,
she is. Yeah, dude. Her Instagram is insane,
dude. Okay, also as of this record, her birthday was yesterday. Aww. So happy 38th birthday to Beverly Mitchell.
38? Mm-hmm. She still looks like a baby sometimes, dude. Mm-hmm. I think it's because her face just looks like a child, like not in a bad way. There's just she's young and she's smiling all the time.
I know her smile is pretty funny though. I love how it's always like open mouth.
Yeah.
Like not only are her teeth showing, but like her teeth are apart.
Yeah. She's like, I'm so excited. I can't contain it.
And I just genuinely think that that's her smile.
I think so too.
I don't know that she knows how to smile with her teeth together. Like, I just don't think she can do that.
She's like, huh. And it stays there. Huh.
Like you see her walking around just with that smile plastered on. Like that's literally just her face.
So cute.
But yeah, so I don't know, man. I'm optimistic for Lucy. Like I know this is going to be a challenge. Like this year is going to be really like not easy for her.
Yeah.
Clearly, you know. But I'm excited for her.
Yeah.
I do want to bring it up since we have the platform. So our good friend Cheryl sent us another email recently. I think it was after we had been talking about the episode. I think it was like the Anne Baby Makes 3 episode where we were like talking shit. You know what? I shouldn't say that. We weren't talking shit. All I remember saying is like the fact that Lucy was so adamant against having another baby because she's like, it's not we, it's me, blah, 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 you know? And I remember my point was like, well, I mean, I get that it's your body, but like at the end of the day, the baby will be there and he's willing to take care of it. So really, like, is it that bad, you know, kind of thing. And Cheryl rightfully pointed out that while I might be correct insofar as like, sure, once the baby comes, Kevin will be there and it's not like she's going to have to be a single mother or whatever.
Yeah.
But, and I had forgotten this, that Lucy's first pregnancy was hell, dude.
Yeah.
She almost died.
Yeah.
Like she was on bed rest for the second month, like the last 2 months of it. Like it was awful and treacherous for her, and going through that again, like, is a choice that she might not want to make. You know what I mean? Not to say that she won't have a smooth pregnancy this time around or whatever, but like, you know,
true.
The evidence being what it is, like, I get it. You know, like it's more than just let's have another baby. It's risk me dying again, like being on bed rest again, you know, having to like, I mean, she almost didn't even graduate because of all that shit. You know what I mean? Like so much could have gone way worse. Yeah. Because she was pregnant the first time.
And Matt's not around.
I know. Like, who's going to deliver her elevator baby this time?
I love that it's going to be an elevator baby.
No, this time it'll be like some other, like in a taxi cab or something, like some other horrific experience.
Yeah. She's helping a teenage pregnant girl, and then I don't know.
Her baby comes.
Yeah.
Sympathy labor pains.
Yeah. Oh my God. So good.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the story of Lucy in this episode. Yeah. So meanwhile, right, we've touched on it a little bit. Ruthie is hot off the heels of like Depression Central regarding Martin. She's still not fully, shall we say, undepressed.
Yeah.
But she seems to be in a slightly better place than she was in the last episode or the one before that. Insofar as, you know, she's living her life. You know, she's like going to school and shit, whatever. But when this meeting thing comes up, Annie is like, why don't you ditch school and come with me to this meeting thing? Like, you know, and Ruthie's like, really? And she's like, yeah, I feel like you deserve a day off from school. Like, just to like decompress, whatever, like you've earned it kind of thing, which I love that.
Yeah.
I love that Annie is all about like mental health in this episode. She's like so on top of it.
Yeah.
I love her so much. Like she's just, I mean, we know this already. This is not a surprise that she's the mother of life.
True.
But anyway, so she's like, yeah, I'll write you a note. Don't trip. Like, this will be good for you, for us, you know? And then when Lucy's like, fuck the meeting, don't go.
Yeah.
Then they're like, well, cool, you know? And then, I think even Ruthie's like, okay, so should I go to school? And Annie's like, no, it's fine. You're already home. Like, it's chill, you know?
So cute.
I know. So then they're like, so then Annie's like, okay, so what do you want to do? Like, you know, it's our day off. Like, what should we do? And Ruthie says the cutest thing.
I'd like to do whatever you would normally be doing today.
Cleaning, laundry, baking something. Sure that's what you want to do on your day off?
No, I just feel like hanging out with you. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I'm honored. And you know what? We're going to enjoy our day. And we're going to start enjoying our lives, aren't we?
Yeah, I've just been taking a little break from the enjoyment, that's all.
Ruthie, you can't let a failed first attempt at love ruin your whole perspective on life.
Yes, I can. I'm 16.
I love you, Ruthie.
I know. You have to. You're my mother.
I love them. I got so many, like, I got major real mother and daughter vibes from these two on this episode. It felt so good to see them in this kind of a vibe.
I know. And hearing her saying, I'm allowed to, I'm 16.
I know.
It's like everything is big right now.
I loved that moment too.
Yeah.
I loved everything. Honestly, like every single beat of these two together in this episode just felt good. Like it just felt real and awesome. And like, I wish the whole show was that. Like, you know what I mean?
Like more moments like this?
I wish that when you think of Seventh Heaven, you don't think of shenanigans. You think of mother-daughter moments like this, or like family moments like this that are just so rooted in like realness. You know, like all the shit that gets said when they're sitting on top of the washing machines
about
like
root
in
beer.
The next beat, where Ruthie's just in a bit of a nihilistic and defeatist mode right now. You know, like she's feeling depressed. She's not like, she can't see the good in life or whatever.
Yeah.
And Annie's just trying to like impress upon her, you know, that it's up to us to find the good in everything. And if we think about it, if we look at everything through the lens of good, you'll find the good in everything.
Exactly.
And it starts with the glass that they're drinking root beers out of, all the way into, you know, just like the fact that they're sharing this moment together right now, and all the things that had to come together and happen for them to have this moment.
Yeah.
It's just like really fucking cool, man.
Yeah, it's complete gratitude is what it is.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And then she does, and because Ruthie keeps trying to like cut her off and be like, but you know, sweatshops, whatever, you know. And
exactly.
And he's like, okay, the point I'm trying to make, and I will make it.
Yeah,
if
she's
it's
like,
the
so
last
help
thing
me.
I do. Like, you know, is da da da, and it's just like, God, like, yes, I'm telling you, like, if this was what the show was, it would be such a better show for everybody. Like,
if they really focus on connection.
Yes,
it would have been nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
It felt so like this is the type of stuff that makes shows like This Is Us good, or like that made Parenthood good, because it's about these real moments of human connection.
I just got goosebumps from you saying the titles. Like, I got goosebumps from the titles.
Because you think about what that show means and the message it had and the type of show that it was. And at the end of the day, it's about these human moments of connection between people. Yeah. And latching onto that and like milking it, you know, for all it's worth. And yeah, dude, it's like, it's good. When it's good, it's good, you know? Anyway, so in the end, it does, for me anyway, cheapen it a little bit when Ruthie uses this like beautiful moment between her and her mom to basically beg for a cell phone and laptop.
Yeah.
Like, on the one hand, I don't think that this was her malicious intent all along. But And you know what? I got to give it up to Ruthie for finding her moment, true, because that was the perfect moment to start talking about it. Like, here Annie is like trying to find the connections and everything. And then Ruthie's like, well, yeah, I mean, just imagine like if I had a laptop, like I could connect to anybody anywhere through email and the cell phones and, connection and whatever. And then it really just sort of like provokes itself kind of, or promotes itself rather, like Annie's at first like, okay, wait, tell me about the cell phone thing again. Like really break it down for me how you're the only one that doesn't have one.
Yeah, she's like, you're not exaggerating.
Yeah. And then of course, we find out that it's something that she and Eric had been talking about anyway, and so now feels like a good as time as any to have that be the next thing that they get. You know? And then I love it too when Eric's like, do you think we should get cell phones too? And she's like, yeah.
Yeah. She's like, it's only me and the homeless girl that don't have cell phones.
Dude, cheap shot. I mean, come on. Of course Maggie Hamilton doesn't have a cell phone, dude. Yeah. Like, really? Like, that's not something you say. Well. It would have been different if she was like, even Maggie Hamilton has one and she's homeless. But it's like, really, you have to bring up how the homeless girl doesn't have a cell phone? Like, come on.
Yeah, she sings, okay, to make money. Get out of here.
Yeah. Which, by the way, we're never seeing Maggie Hamilton
Of course
again.
not.
That's been confirmed. Also, you want to hear some shit?
Uh-huh.
I did a little bit of IMDbing today.
Uh-huh.
You're not going to like it.
Uh-oh. Why?
We're never seeing Martin again until the new season.
What?
I know.
Okay, so that means this is never going to happen between them.
Tell me about it,
It's never going to happen.
We're in episode 16. There's like 5 episodes left in the season, and Martin isn't in any of them.
All right. I'm going to say something. Fuck you, Brenda.
Ooh, hot take.
Yeah, I'm just fuck you, Brenda. You got my hopes up.
God damn it.
For no fucking reason.
I couldn't believe it. Because here's
no
how it all started.
Really, no Martin until
how it
next
started.
season.
Because coming into this episode, I was suspicious. I was like, okay, where is Martin though? Really, like we haven't seen him for a few episodes now. Like he's got to come back at some point, you know. And then it just got me thinking, like, what if he doesn't? What if he doesn't for whatever reason? Like, because they can just keep writing him out, right?
Yeah.
He's with Sandy. He's at school. Whatever. It's easy enough to do that.
Yeah.
And then, sure enough, I couldn't resist, so I had to look it up.
I wonder if we'll see Sandy though.
Do you want to know?
Uh-huh.
We won't see her until the finale of this season.
Oh.
Which again, keep in mind this
finale
fact.
Of this season.
Yes, when this season ended,
does Simon want to be Papa?
End. No, but hear me. When this season ended, they thought it was the end.
Oh.
So did they fully just not write Martin into the end of the show?
Oh,
like given everything, they found Sandy. They got Sandy in there at the end. They didn't get Martin in at the end. What the fuck is that about, show?
So Martin was never supposed to happen? But why?
I really don't know. It really shocked me to my core to find that out today.
I'm sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you. Wait, when did I care?
Well, because it's what we've talked about, right? Like we've been talking about Ruthie and him having this closure moment.
Yeah.
Although now that we know what we know, I'm wondering if that moment they had was their closure moment, you know?
Maybe that was
supposed to be, I guess. I don't know. I really don't understand it, but there we have it.
Writers, I'm giving up on writers.
Trying to understand you?
Yeah. Also, listeners, I have also given up on Martin and Ruthie. You don't have to give anything away, but what I want to know is, what the hell were you guys thinking when you were watching the show at this time between Martin and Ruthie? Like, did you guys have high hopes that they would end up together? Like, again, you don't have to answer that part, but like the fact that they never saw him and they thought that this was ending.
I know. This is the saddest part.
Like this, I know. I don't know what's going to happen in season 11, but this I know.
That's right.
So comment if anybody wants to, chat with us.
Yeah, let us know.
I'm curious because I care.
I know.
And it's not happening.
I know. Although, isn't it though? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I just don't know. Because we know he'll be back for 11.
I'm giving up.
He and Sandy are back for 11.
Okay, but I'm still giving up.
All right.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think so either. Because I know Ruthie's like barely in 11. She's only in like a handful of episodes in 11.
So I'm just going to see mostly Lucy and Kevin.
Yeah, it's mostly Lucy and
that
Kevin.
dry couple. Sorry.
Mostly Lucy and Kevin. I think a little bit of Matt sprinkled in.
Maddie.
Probably. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Why does my voice always go there when I think of Matt?
Because it's Maddie. Maddie. I get it. Okay, so Simon and Rose.
Ew.
I just, yeah.
Just leave.
Huh? Yeah.
Please just walk out the door.
Just leave. Get out.
Yes. And her tone with Eric, I just,
dude,
all of it.
So, okay, where we left off the previous episode was Valentine's Day. Annie stuck her foot in her mouth. Not really. Not really at all, but Rose made it a whole thing.
Well, because Rose is always 1,000 steps ahead in her own scheming that she can't help but think that everybody else is doing the same.
She's so busy making her web of lies that everyone else is also scheming against her. And so she and Simon are in a big fight about Sandy, or the fact that he slept with Sandy.
Yeah.
Mind you, we learn that he has not spoken to either Eric or Annie since that day.
Yeah.
Because he's like radio silencing them. So when Eric is trying to get a hold of Lucy, he calls Simon as just like a last ditch effort of like, have you heard from her? I need to get a hold of her kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's when Rose picks up the phone. And, oh no, wait, I missed the beat where...
Oh, he does talk to Simon.
He talks to Simon because that's where he gently mentions that, you know, it's not like Rose doesn't also have a past or whatever. And so Simon jumps on that little nugget and is like, that's right. Yeah, she can't talk shit. What about her ex-boyfriends and da-da-da, you know, whatever. So now that's the new fight they're having that they're in the middle of. And so when Eric calls again, Rose picks up the phone and is like, oh no, that's not how it's going to go down. And then Eric's like, I can't do this right now. Can I call you back? And she's like, if you don't, I'll call you back or whatever. Okay. So when he finally gets around to calling her back, she brings up how... yes, she had an ex-boyfriend. And yes, she slept with him.
Yeah.
But they broke up when they went to college.
Yeah.
Because they went to separate colleges and so whatever. And so Eric simply is like asking questions about this ex of hers, right?
Yeah.
Like doing what Eric does, which is not necessarily trying to drive a wedge between anybody, but just like asking questions, you know, like probing / prying in the way that he does.
I just want him to see how happy I am with Simon.
It sounds like you're trying to make him jealous. It also sounds like you're still connected, like you haven't let go of the relationship entirely.
I love your son, okay?
No, it's not okay, because despite the fact that you love him, I don't think you two are ready to get married yet. I think you're still getting to know each other.
You really don't like me, do you?
I'd like you a lot more if you weren't in such a rush to get married. And yes, you know, I do kind of like you, Rose. You know, more than kind of, even. And you want to know why? Because you're direct. You can hold up your end of an argument or a conversation, you know, and although, well, you have a certain...
arrogance?
Confidence. You know, underneath it all, you're a decent young woman. I just think you'd have a better chance of a good marriage if you take a little more time.
And do what? See my old boyfriend again? See if I still have feelings for him?
That's not what
I'm not sure how Simon would feel about that, but I'll ask him. I mean, you're his father, and you're the one who suggested it, and this is part of your work, right? Counseling people? Okay, I've got to run, but thanks.
Couldn't even get a word in.
This scene was going really well.
Yeah.
Until her fucking inner bitch came out.
Yeah.
Like, she's literally trying to pit Simon against his family.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare scenario. You
know how to pick them.
Mind you, when Eric is debriefing with Annie later in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Do you remember what he says to her? He says to Annie that maybe they've been dealing with the wrong person all along, that maybe Rose is the more level-headed person in this relationship, that they could probably like get her to agree that this is moving too fast, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, all you did in this moment with her is fucking fuel her fire and give her more of the gas to like go forward and get Simon against you, to like marry her to spite you guys and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not working. Whatever you guys think you're doing is failing epically.
Oh.
It's a nightmare.
Yep. I'm looking forward to seeing this relationship crash and burn.
I know, right?
I mean, it has to. When everyone is on board that they don't like her.
I will say though that I don't think the mentioning of this ex-boyfriend of hers was for nothing. I think that this is gonna mean something, or that it's not insignificant. You know what I mean?
You think like the ex-boyfriend's gonna come around to play for a bit?
No, because I don't know, but there was like a slight crack in her facade when Eric mentions that maybe she still has feelings for him, and maybe that she hasn't fully let go of him, because why are you still hanging on to this guy if you're so in love with Simon and you so want to marry him? And like, and Eric nails it. Like, you are just trying to make him jealous. Like, I just wanted to see how happy I am with Simon, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, why would you even give a fuck about him if you didn't care? You know what I mean?
Exactly. And if you're so past it.
That's right. That's right. You wouldn't even be thinking about him if you were so past it. Like, come on, Rose, you know? So again, I don't think it's for nothing. I think there's going to be something there. Like, I don't know, but
I think so.
Like, it feels significant in a way. It does bother me though that, like, so there's that whole scene between Rose and Simon, right, where they're arguing after Simon goes to her and is like, well, what about your past? And so she's like, well, what about my past? I had one ex-boyfriend who I only slept with after 4 years of dating before I came to college, and like da-da-da, and you just fucked everyone in your path, you know, and whatever. And then he has to be like, but I love you and I want to be your last, and da-da-da. And she's like, okay, you're right. Like, she's so like, it's like she just needs to know that you're defeated, and then she'll soften. Like, she's the worst, bro. She's not even playing fair. And then of course she's like, I'm gonna be the last person you ever sleep with. And you can see Simon like, he's not digging it. Not digging it.
Yeah.
Mind you, where is he? When Rose and Eric are having this conversation,
where is he? I don't know.
Where was he? He's not at the house, right?
No.
Interesting. I don't know, man. I'm feeling the house begin to shake. You know what I mean? The house of cards is beginning to tremble.
It needs to already. I'm sick of this story.
Yeah, I know. I feel like it's gonna drag though through the end of the season.
16
at least.
episodes in.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So 5 left.
Okay. Have you? God.
What were you gonna ask me something?
I don't know how I feel about this episode. Like, I like it, but it also made me feel like it's a little dull. I don't know how to explain it.
I love this thought because this is perfect segue into ratings anyway.
But is it me, or did you feel like the beginning of the season started super fucking strong?
Yeah.
And now it's like
losing steam.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of like, nothing's happening. A bunch of those episodes back to back now where they keep giving us the false sense of like they're laying groundwork for something.
Yeah.
And then it's just never leading to anything.
No.
And I don't know. Yeah. It's really, it's like blue ballsy a little bit at this point. I'm like, okay, can we get to some kind of a point? Like, where is this all going? You know, like even for Lucy and Kevin now, like, okay, so they're going to have a second kid. That's not a big deal. 'Cause that's not even, again, if this is the last season, if the baby's due in October, we're not even going to see it.
This baby,
so who cares, right?
Yeah.
Like, again, so what is your point? Like, where are you going with the end of this season?
Yeah.
You know, is it going to be this project? Maybe, but is that enough? Like, is that just the end of your story, that you're going to build this home for the homeless mothers and like that was all your purpose in life anyway? Like, okay, fine. Like for Ruthie, where is this going? Like, is she just going to pine for Martin forever? Like what, like where are we going with any of this shit?
Exactly.
You know?
Wait, how what grade is Ruthie in? She's
I'm going to say
sophomore?
10th. Yeah. Yeah. If she's 16, that tracks.
Yeah, because she pantsed Martin at school, and that was her freshman year.
It would have been, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So she is
And that
a
was
sophomore.
last year. Like, yeah. That was like season 9.
See, now that is really weird because you're telling me that this girl's only going to be in a handful of episodes next season,
Right.
and yet she's in high school.
Well, yeah, but the show is ending anyway, so it's fine.
No, I know, but like, okay, so where are you taking her?
Oh, I see
You
what
get
you're saying. Like, how are they going to write her out of the show? Yeah. I don't know. How are they going to write any of them out of the show? Like, because none of them are in the full season except Lucy. Like, I don't even know. I think Simon's probably in a few.
He'll probably pepper in. I mean, he has to. If Sandy's coming back.
But see, Martin's there. Martin's a full-timer in season 11. Sandy's a full-timer in season 11.
The fuck?
I really don't think Simon's peppering. If I remember correctly, he might pepper like once or twice, but that's barely a pepper. That's like one flake, you know. What do you call a pepper mullet? Like a thing of pepper flake?
Yeah.
If it's red pepper, but what about black pepper?
This pepper and that pepper. Anyways.
Anyway, so yeah, I don't want to think too far about what's to come, except for this season. Like, I will say, it does feel very like hurry up and wait. You know, it's like, come on, like 5 episodes left, bro. Like, give me something. Don't save it all for the finale. Jeez, you know.
I think that's what they're doing.
And it's just 1 hour, so it's like, come on. I mean, technically it's a 2-parter, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Usually they give you all the suspense in the first episode.
Yeah,
second episode,
and then
they
they
wrap
just
it
lay it
all
all
up.
out.
They're like, bye.
So like a whole series worth of shit's gonna be wrapped up in 1 hour. Like, come on. Ugh.
It's what it does best.
It's what they do. So anyway, so that being said, I'm ready to give this episode 1 thumb up and 1 thumb down.
Same.
And really the thumb up is the Annie and Ruthie stuff. Like, I loved that stuff so much. All of their business with each other was just so lovely.
Yeah.
And like delicious, you know, like it was just nice.
It's the only part with heart in the best way.
Well, plus Lucy's ending, but whatever. I'll take it or leave it. Like, it's fine. You know, how many times have we seen her like have this amazing moment and then like the next episode she's an idiot again?
So that might happen.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So yeah, pretty solid effort again.
Yeah.
Like, shame because the show started so strong this season.
Yeah.
But it's been a couple of downers recently. We'll see. I don't know. All right. Any street observations?
Nah.
Me neither.
Nah.
Let's put this baby to bed. That's going to do it for us, folks. Thanks for listening. You know where to find us on the social medias. You know how to send us an email. Let us know what y'all were thinking back in 2006 as the series was coming to a close.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the Martin thing?
Yeah.
How did you feel about any of these characters in general? Like, we want to hear from you guys. It's very like interesting.
And also tell us, did you have a laptop? What was your cell phone?
That's actually true too. Like, that would be interesting to know. I wonder demographic wise too, right? Like we were about the same age as Simon when this was airing.
Yeah.
But I can imagine that there was like several young people watching the show when this was airing too.
Yeah.
So like you'd be here. I'd be interested to know
Same.
sort of demographically, like, were you at a time in your life where you would have had a cell phone anyway, or were you like much too young, you know, or I don't know. Anyway, until next time, bye.
Bye.